Hello everyone, welcome to another video on Python programming by Simplilearn. In this video, we are going to learn about list comprehension in Python. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the Simplilearn channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. So what is list comprehension? In Python programming, list comprehension provides a shorter syntax when you want to create a new list based on the values of an existing list. So you can build a new list with a compact syntax based on the values of the existing list using Python programming. Now you can define a list comprehension inside the square brackets and execute each element using a for loop that will iterate over all the elements. Now below you can see the syntax of writing a list comprehension. I have my variable declared as new list that will store the list comprehension. So using square brackets I have mentioned expression, and I'm using the for loop which is going to iterate over all the elements in my old list, and after that I have my if condition. Now let's look at the advantages of using list comprehension. So it helps to accomplish your task with fewer lines of code. Now it is more time efficient compared to running multiple loops for the same task, and you can use iterative statements that appear as formula. Now let's head over to our Jupyter notebook where we'll learn list comprehension in detail. So I am on my Jupyter notebook. So let's start with our first example. Suppose you want to find the squares of all the numbers that are present inside a list. Now let me show you the traditional way of solving this problem. So first of all, I'll declare a list called num, and within square brackets I'll have some numbers, let's say 1 2 3 4, and now I'll create an empty list called sq that will hold the squares of my 4 numbers that I have put. So I'll say for n, which is my iterator variable, in my list num, I'll give a colon, and then I'm going to append the squares to my variable called sq. So I'll write sq dot append, and to get the squares I'll say n. I'll use the double asterisk operator to get the squares. I'll say double asterisk 2. Now I'll just say print sq. If I run this, I get the result, which is fair enough. So the squares of 1 2 3 and 4 are 1 4 9 and 16. Now the same task you can do using list comprehension in just 2 lines. First of all, I'll just declare my list again, say num, which will have the values 1 2 3 4 and let's say 5. Now I'm going to write my list comprehension like this. I'll say sq equal to, I'll have my expression which is going to be n asterisk asterisk 2, then I'll say for my iterator variable n in my list num. That's all. So this is how you can write a list comprehension method, and then let's print sq. Now if I run this, we'll get the same result. You can see the squares of 1 2 3 4 and 5 are 1 4 9 16 and 25. So this is a simple example how you can use list comprehension in Python. It is very short and you can write the same task in a very compact manner, as you can see here. Cool. Now moving ahead, let's say you wanted to print all the letters in the word Simplilearn. So for that, let me show you how to do it in a traditional way first. So I'll create a empty list called, let's say, n underscore letters. I'll just give square brackets. So this means your n underscore letters is now an empty list. So I'll say for my iterator variable letter in my word, that is Simplilearn, I'll give a colon, then I'll say n underscore letters dot append my iterator variable letter. Now let me print n underscore letters. If I run this, you see here we have printed all the individual letters that are present in the word simply loan. Now the same task you can do using list comprehension in just one line. So I'll create a variable called n underscore letters, and then I'll write my syntax as letter for letter in my word simply loan, and then I'll just say print n underscore letters. If I run this, there you go. You can use the list comprehension technique to implement the above task in just one line. Alright. Now moving ahead, we'll see how to use a for loop, and we are going to display the cars that are present in a list and have a letter S in it. So first of all, I'm going to declare a list called cars, and it will have the names of a few cars. Let's say we have Jaguar, then we have Land Rover. Next, let's say we have Tesla. After that, let's say we have Toyota, and then we have Tata. Cool. Now I'm going to create an empty list called new list. I'll just give square brackets. Now I'll say for my iterator variable x in my list cars, I'll say if we have the letter S in x, then I'll say new list dot append x. After that, I'm going to say print new list. So what these lines of code will do is, my for loop is going to iterate through each of the elements that are present inside the list cars, and it will check if any of the car brands have the letter S, it is going to print that car brand. If I run it, you can see here we have Tesla, which has a letter S in it. The rest of the car brands don't have the letter S, and hence we have got Tesla. Now the same task you can do using list comprehension. I just copy this line of code because we are going to use the same car brands and the same list name called cars. Now I'm going to write my list comprehension technique. I'll say new list equal to, I'll say x for x in cars. If I'm going to use the if condition now, I'll say if S in x. Now let's go ahead and print my new list. If I run this, there you go. You again see that we have Tesla printed. Now let me just change this S to small a or lowercase a. If I run it, you see here all the 5 brands of car have the letter small a. You can see Jaguar has it, Land Rover also we have small a, Tesla has small a, we have Toyota and Tata as well. Now what if I change the name of Tata to all uppercase? So I write TATA all in uppercase. Now if I run this, there you go. Since Python is case sensitive, and here we are checking only for lowercase a, so we did not have Tata in our result since we converted into an uppercase. Alright, now moving ahead, I'm going to show you how you can filter only those values in a list of integers that are greater than 50. So I'll say new underscore list equal to, I'll say x for x in range. I'm using the range function, so I want to print the list of integers, the first 100 integers, and I'll use my condition if x is greater than 50. Now let me go ahead and print my new list, which is new underscore list. If I run this, there you go. So here you can see our range is from 0 to 100, which means from 0 till 99. You can see it here. But we are only trying to print only those integers that are greater than 50. So we have values from 51 till 99. Suppose I'll change this to, let's say, less than 45, or let's say less than 30. Now if I run this, you see here we have all the integers present between 0 till 30. Cool. Now moving ahead, let's see another example. I'm going to use the same list which we had declared before, that is the list of car brands. Now I'm going to print all the car brands if it is not Tesla, but if the car brand is Tesla, we are going to change this to, let's say, Audi. Now let me show you how to do it using list comprehension. I'll say new underscore cars equal to, I'll use the square brackets, I'll say x if x not equal to, so I'm going to use the exclamation mark, equal to Tesla, then we should print x, else, I'm going to use the else clause as well. I'll say else if the car brand is Tesla, then changes to Audi, and I'll say for x in cars. Now let me go ahead and print new cars. There you go. So since all these elements were not Tesla, so we printed the car brands as it is. So Jaguar, Land Rover, Toyota and Tata. Now since we encountered one Tesla here, so with the help of list comprehension, we changed Tesla to Audi. Cool. Now moving ahead. So using function, we'll print true for even numbers and false for odd numbers. Let me show you how to do it. So I'll create a empty list called numbers. So this is an empty list. Now I'll say for I in range, let's say I'll set the range to 0, 20. I'll give a colon. I'll say numbers dot append. I'm going to give my condition I percentage 2 should be equal to 0. So this means within the range 0 to 20, I'm checking for numbers that are divisible by 2. So I am seeing if the remainder is 0, then I'll say print numbers. Now let me run it. There you go. So there are total 20 numbers starting from 0 till 19. Now wherever the number is even, we are printing true, else we are printing false. So this number starts from the 0 place. So we have 0 as true, 1 is false, again 2 is true because 2 is an even number, 3 is an odd number, so we have false, 4 is an even number, we have true. So here 5 is an odd number, so we have false, so on and so forth. And the last 3, so 17 is an odd number, so we have false, 18 is an even number, we have true, and 19 again is an odd number, so we have false. Alright. Now moving ahead, we'll see another example. Let me create a variable called numbers. I'll say I percentage 2 equal to 0 for I in range 0, 21. Let's print numbers and see the result. So here you can see we have the same result this time using the list comprehension technique. Now coming to the final example in this demo, this time I'm going to create a 4x4 matrix using the NumPy library in Python, and from the matrix we are going to find the maximum element present in each of the rows. So let me first import my NumPy library. I'll say import NumPy as np. I'm going to create a matrix that will have random integers, so I'm using the random module, and inside that we have the randint function. I'll say, let's say 10. So I want the numbers within 10, and I'll set the size to 4,4. I'll say print a. Now if I run it, you see here we have our randomly generated 4x4 matrix where the elements lie within 0 to 10. Now from this randomly generated matrix I'm going to find the maximum elements. So I'll say max element equal to, I'm going to use the list comprehension technique. So I'll say max of I for I in my matrix A. Let's print max element. If I run it, you see here the maximum element from each of the rows. So in the first row we have 8 as the maximum element, and then in the second row we have again 8 as the maximum element. In the third row we have 7 as the maximum element, and in the fourth row we have 8 again. Now if I run this again, my randomly generated matrix changes. Now if I run it, you can see 5, 5, 9, 6 are now the maximum elements. Cool. So that brings us to the end of this video tutorial on list comprehension in Python. I hope it was interesting and useful. If you have any queries, please feel free to put them in the comment section of the video. Thank you for watching.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.